Adolf Eichmann, a name that echoes through the annals of history with a chilling resonance. Just hearing his name sends chills down your spine. He was a man whose actions brought unimaginable suffering to millions. It reminds us of one of the darkest times in history, a period marked by war, destruction, and the systematic extermination of innocent lives. Eichmann was a high-ranking officer in the Nazi SS, a position that gave him significant power and influence. He played a major part in the Holocaust, the terrible event where 6 million Jewish people were killed. His role was not just as a participant, but as a key orchestrator. He was like the architect of this horror, meticulously planning and executing the logistics of genocide. He planned and organized the movement of Jewish people to concentration camps, places where terrible suffering and death were a daily occurrence. His efficiency in this role was terrifying. Eichmann was scary because he was organized and efficient, which made him very effective at carrying out the Nazis' plan to kill all Jewish people. He was evil personified. His cold, calculated demeanor made him a formidable force. He didn't see people as human beings, just numbers on a page. This dehumanization was at the core of his actions, allowing him to commit atrocities without remorse. After the war, Eichmann fled but was eventually captured and brought to trial. His trial was a pivotal moment in history, bringing to light the extent of his crimes and the horrors of the Holocaust. It served as a reminder of the depths of human cruelty and the importance of justice. As World War II came to an end, the Nazi regime was falling apart. They were losing the war and everything was chaotic. Nazi leaders like Eichmann tried to escape and avoid being punished for their terrible crimes. They knew the world wouldn't forget what they had done. Eichmann was good at disguises and tricking people. He got rid of his Nazi uniform and disappeared into the crowds of people in Europe after the war. He pretended to be someone else. Eichmann eventually made it to Argentina, a country where some Nazis had gone to hide. He called himself Ricardo Clement and built a new life for himself, a life full of secrets. He got married, had a family, and even got a job as a technician. All this time he hid his dark past. Eichmann thought he had escaped justice and that no one would find him. He was wrong. He underestimated how determined people were to hold him accountable. Eichmann might have thought he was safe, but the world never forgot the horrors of the Holocaust. The atrocities committed during those dark years left an indelible mark on humanity. Survivors carried the weight of their experiences, and the memories of those lost demanded justice. The world was determined to hold those responsible accountable, no matter how long it took. There were people who dedicated their lives to finding the people who did these awful things. These individuals, often referred to as Nazi hunters, were relentless in their pursuit. They scoured the globe, following every lead, no matter how small, to bring war criminals to justice. Their dedication was unwavering, fueled by a deep sense of duty and a desire for retribution. The Mossad, Israel's intelligence agency, made it their mission to find Eichmann. They were known for their precision and effectiveness, often operating in the shadows. The agency had a reputation for being one of the most formidable intelligence organizations in the world, and they were determined to bring Eichmann to justice. They received a very important tip from a German prosecutor named Fritz Bauer. Bauer was a man of great integrity and courage who risked his career and safety to ensure that justice was served. His information was crucial, providing the Mossad with the lead they needed to track down Eichmann. Bauer had learned about Eichmann's whereabouts from a German Jewish man whose daughter was dating Eichmann's son. This connection was unexpected but vital, showing how even the smallest details could lead to significant breakthroughs. It was a testament to the interconnectedness of human lives and the importance of vigilance. With this new information, the Mossad started a secret mission to find Eichmann. They meticulously planned their operation, knowing that failure was not an option. The mission required utmost secrecy and precision as they prepared to capture one of the most notorious war criminals of the 20th century. Operation Finale: Snatching Eichmann. The Mossad's plan to capture Eichmann was daring and carefully planned. A team of highly skilled agents went undercover in Argentina, pretending to be tourists and businessmen. They watched Eichmann all the time, learning his routines and confirming it was really him. On May 11, 1960, they got their chance. As Eichmann got off a bus near his home, the agents grabbed him quickly and quietly. They took him to a safe place. The journey to justice. Getting Eichmann out of Argentina and to Israel for trial was another challenge. The Mossad agents, disguised as airline workers, gave Eichmann something to make him sleep and secretly flew him out of Argentina to Israel on an El Al flight. It was a risky operation because they had to avoid the Argentine authorities and make sure Eichmann was safe. The whole world watched as the plane carrying the captured Nazi war criminal landed in Israel. Facing the abyss, Eichmann on trial. This trial was not just a legal proceeding, it was a moment of reckoning for humanity. The world watched as the man who orchestrated some of the most heinous crimes in history was brought to justice. Eichmann's trial in Jerusalem in 1961 was a historic event. It was the first time that the atrocities of the Holocaust were laid bare in such a public and detailed manner. The trial was broadcasted globally, bringing the grim realities of the Holocaust into living rooms around the world. For the first time, the world heard about the horrors of the Holocaust directly from the people who survived it. These testimonies were raw and powerful, painting a vivid picture of the unimaginable suffering endured by millions. The courtroom became a place where survivors shared their heartbreaking stories, stories of incredible suffering, loss, and courage. Each testimony was a poignant reminder of the human cost of Eichmann's actions and the broader Nazi regime. Eichmann sat in a special booth, protected by bulletproof glass. This was not just for his safety, but also a symbol of the barrier between him and the humanity he had tried to destroy. He listened without showing any emotion as survivor after survivor described the terrible things they endured because of him and the Nazis. His cold demeanor was chilling, a stark contrast to the emotional testimonies of the survivors. He refused to admit he did anything wrong, saying he was just following orders, like a small part in a big machine. This defense, known as the Nuremberg defense, was a chilling reminder of how ordinary individuals can commit extraordinary evil when they abdicate personal responsibility. The verdict of history. On December 15, 1961, Eichmann was found guilty of crimes against humanity and sentenced to death. The trial and execution of Adolf Eichmann sent a powerful message to the world. Those who commit genocide, those who commit terrible crimes against humanity will be held accountable for their actions, no matter how long it takes. Eichmann's trial reminded us that we must remember history, especially the darkest parts, to make sure such terrible things never happen again.